All right, everybody, welcome to week 7 of the goal setting workshop. When you're thinking about your goals and you're setting your goals going into week 7 today, and if you're business planning like we all should be as business owners and entrepreneurs, think about your ideas. See, we all have amazing opportunities and ideas, and we get really excited. I know that I've been one of those where you get an idea and you get really, really excited. And that's where we start talking about the C goals. If you go back and review the C goals. So C goals is where you have an idea and you have no idea how it's going to happen. You just know you want it and you desire it. And that's the only prerequisite for your C goal. Again, the A goal is a goal that you've done before, so that's not a goal. And a B goal is one that you haven't done before, but you know how to do it, which is also not a really good goal. So we're looking for the C goals. And I know I've been there. I've had these amazing ideas. I've had these epiphanies, or I've been really, really motivated. Like when I've flown across the country and gone to different trainings or conferences or seminars, and the energy in the room is electric and you're just ready to take on the world and you're so excited and you've got it. This time's going to be different. And 2 weeks later, you're back sitting in the exact same spot, no energy, no motivation. You don't understand why you can't get it to work. You are so ready. And you think about instantly, again, all the reasons why you can't, why this won't work. It's almost like you hit a wall. You hit this wall and you end up in the same spot. And what Bob Proctor talks about this is, it's like a terror barrier or a wall where you hit it and you actually either bounce off it and you go to the same spot. And this happens to so many of us because nothing changes if nothing changes. You actually need to go in to do the work to change. And then, and only then, can you actually break through the wall. How you break through the wall is actually getting emotionally involved in your goal, in knowing you more and understanding what it is that you're actually looking for and desiring. You really want to figure out where you're at right now because we need to have a starting point and where you want to be, the end destination. And what's happening right now is that those two are on very different frequencies, on very different ends of the spectrum. And so many people get caught up in the how it's going to happen that they don't take any action. And it all just, you stay exactly where you're at. And I'm here to tell you that it all just starts with that idea, that intuitive hit that I should write the book. I should, quit my job and start that business or start this side business or, just go for it. And what happens is we get the idea and then all the reasons why we can't do it creep right back in. And that's why, taking action is so very important because once the idea pops up, if you don't take action, even if it's just making a phone call or sending an email or, writing how the next step, if you don't take action like right away, there's going to be a space. And the more space and time you let go by, the more reasons you can't, you shouldn't. Wait till the kids are gone. Wait till they're older. Wait till we have kids. All the reasonings. Wait till we buy the house. Wait till we sell the house. Wait till we retire. Wait till we have this amount of money. All the reasons why you couldn't or shouldn't or should wait will creep in. And so many dreams, like I have said before, die on the cutting room floor because we just don't take action on it. And it all just starts with an idea. And once you have that idea, it's very important to tie it to how you're feeling, because your conscious mind will accept it. And you can have it sit in your conscious mind all day long. But until you accept it in your subconscious mind, in your feeling mind, nothing's going to change and you will stay in the same spot. You're thinking from the same, paradigms and habitual behaviors because you're not in the right vibration and you haven't accepted it not much is going to change. So focusing on either the fear of all the reasons why you shouldn't, you can't, it's too risky, who am I, the self-image, all of that. You could choose fear or you can choose faith. And faith is just knowing it's going to work, not exactly how, but knowing that if you just give it over to your subconscious mind and get in the right vibration and feel it, all the people, the opportunities, the money, the circumstances will be put in your path. And what happens so often is you can choose fear or faith. You have to choose one, and you are choosing one all day long, and you can't see either of them. And so many people choose the fear and stay the same and stay exactly where they're at versus taking a leap of faith and going after what they want, knowing that they're not sure how it's going to happen or that C goal. And so many people choose fear. Even though it's not what they want, they stay in the exact same spot. They don't get comfortable being uncomfortable. They don't grow. They don't go for it. They don't fail forward. They don't lose and then collect the data and the feedback and go at it again. They just stay where they're at because at least they know what to expect. It's crappy. It's not what they want. They know they're meant for expansion and more, but they know what they're going to get. So they stay stuck in the fear. And this is where we've seen this a couple times. This is the stick figure. So it's really understanding and studying yourself and understanding how the mind works, what the mind is, that it's in every cell of our body. It's not your brain. And understanding how your conscious mind works with your subconscious, which once you get into the feeling of it and accept it, the actions will change and the results will change. And often I talk about if you're looking at your current results, your current business, your current bank account, your current health, your current, relationship personally, and you're not liking the results, you back it up to what you're allowing into your conscious mind and what thoughts you're having, because we're always having thoughts and we always have the energy running to us and through us. So whatever we're thinking is what the energy is picking up on. So if you don't like your end results, start thinking a different way. And when the energy is coming to and through you, your results will be different. You just have to understand and study this. And it's so, so important. It changed my entire life because I used to be one of those people, especially in real estate. I'd go to these seminars and these trainings, and the brokerage I was with at the time purposely put these trainings every 3 months or every quarter because they know they had to keep us motivated. But motivation will only get you so far. You want to create the disciplines. You need to go in and change your habitual behaviors and change your paradigms and change who you are today and how you're showing up in order to get to your C goal. And I didn't understand that until this training and until this stick figure was presented to me. And I started studying this and I really started to understand myself. I started questioning myself. I started questioning my beliefs. I started questioning why I did things. And more importantly, why I didn't do things. Was it because I was coming from fear? Most of the time it was. The fear of the unknown or the fear of what if, or, oh, I just care way too much what people thought about me as well. So there's so many things to just sit down and start studying yourself and learning more about you that will shift everything for you. It's like your goal should scare and terrify and excite you all at the same time. And you should know how it's all going to come together. Much like a puzzle, you'll get there. There's an end result. The goal is to have this full picture and have it done. And you just don't know how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen or what the timing is of when that last piece will be put in place to have the entire goal and dream and desire in front of you and accomplished. Whatever your C goal is, when you do achieve that, It truly is a side effect. It's not necessarily an afterthought. And at the same time, it's just is. It's who you become in the process. And it's the new paradigms, the new habitual behaviors, the new disciplines, who you had to become, and what 50 to 80% of yourself you had to leave behind in order to achieve this C goal. That is the gift. The goal is the side effect. And you do this year after year after year, completely different place in life. I mean, I came from a 9 to 5 job where I was punching a clock and just, working my butt off for what little bit I could, getting my 1 to 3% pay increase a year for 13 years. It doesn't add up to much, especially in today's society where things are costing a lot more. What would it look like if you could quantum leap? What would it look like? And when this was said to me, I didn't believe it. I thought, no way in hell that was going to happen. But what if you could take your monthly or your yearly income and make that your monthly income? I've seen it happen over and over and over again. You're just not thinking big enough. You just don't understand this and how you work, how your mind works, how your results are tied to what you're thinking and who you are right now. It's just such a beautiful process. It's a proven process. There's science that backs it, that this can happen over and over and over again. Like I said yet last week, psycho-cybernetics, start there. Think and Go Rich by Napoleon Hill. Go to that book. Bob Proctor's book, Your Paradigms. Go to that one. There's so many things that you could be and should be. I'm going to should all over you right now. You should be reading, watching on YouTube, listening to podcasts. Even if you took a show that you would usually be binging on Netflix once a week and took and did something in self-development or that will personally add to your toolbox, you could be in a much different place. Think about if you did that twice a week, or if you did that daily, if only for 10 to 15 minutes, everything will change. The more aware you can become and the more you can put these pieces together, it's just phenomenal. The ideas, the intuitive hits, the people, the opportunity, the money, it will come into your path. If you choose faith and go for your C goal, it will show up as you need it. And I met with someone this morning where she had something that happened that was not good. A relationship, business partnership went sideways. And she decided to come from a very detached place from it. She said what she needed to say. She presented it and she detached from it. She's like, whether I get paid or not, there's a lesson to be learned. And the old version of her would have never done that or come at it like that. Wouldn't you know, 3 amazing opportunities showed up for her later that day because she was not in the crap of it. She wasn't spinning down here, feeling that low negative energy, being a victim. How could this happen? Da, 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 da. All that often, I know I was there for years and years and years. I still go there, but you know what? Snap out of it. I call it the two rule. Are you going to sit there for 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 2 decades? How long are you going to sit there? Because it's your choice. It's your choice how long you're going to let yourself be in that negative, low energy vibration. We all have a choice. That's a few things that you can control. One of them is your attitude and your thoughts. People cannot control that. You control that fully. So think about how you're showing up because you're either a leader or a victim. You can't be both and you are one. Look at your results. It will probably be telling you very, very quickly. So what your role is to fall in love, not only with your C goal and what you truly desire, but fall in love with yourself. Work on your self-image every day. Work on your confidence. Do something to get 1% better every day. And if you fall in love with yourself and start studying yourself and be one of the 3%, 2% of people of the human population that actually think, that actually study themselves, that understand this, you can have anything it is you truly desire. And that you can take to the bank, because I've seen it happen over and over and over again. This just isn't taught in schools. No one understands this, and everyone should understand it because it is life-changing. If I can do what I've done, I guarantee you, you can as well. So come from studying yourself. You see, knowledge and awareness on the right-hand side here, that will open up the universe, that will open up your energy, that will open up the levels of your frequency. And so you can switch your vibration and go through to and from and move up at a much quicker time frame. The more you understand, the more knowledge you gather, the more you study yourself, you have faith, you get in that higher vibration and energy, you connect and come from your goal versus working to it. What would that version of you do? Make decisions from there. When that alarm goes off, are you hitting snooze again? Are you talking yourself out of working out? Are you eating that cake when you shouldn't? You know what you should and shouldn't be doing. And often we just don't make the right decisions because we're making decisions from who we are and where we are today. But if you start shifting that and making decisions from your future self and the person that your annual income has become your monthly income, how does that version of you show up? Things can be beautiful and it can happen very quickly, because when you come from lack and limitation and you're always in worry and you're doubting it's going to happen, you're at that lower vibration, and that's what you're setting up. And that's where the fear comes from versus faith. And you get anxiety and you're internalizing all this information and all this anxiety. And that's where disease comes from. Dis-ease, disease in the body is all of this pent up negative, low vibration energy that creates disease. Because the truth is that your body is regenerating cells trillions a day. Besides your main organs, you can have a completely different celled body within 11 months. And if you start thinking differently, and if you start becoming a leader and out of a victim mentality, and the energy is flowing to you and through you with those thoughts, you will replace cells and you will start cellularly be in a different place in a year's time. It's beautiful. It's phenomenal. You will stop disintegrating and stop all of the negativity, and you'll switch to an ease. You'll switch to abundance. You'll switch for looking for opportunities versus looking for and coming from lack. It is so powerful and cool. And you have to do the work. And so many people won't do the work, or they don't want to, or they start, stop, start, stop. It's a lifestyle. I always say it's not, there's no finish line. It's something that you decide to do, knowing that you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. But as soon as you catch it, that 2-second rule, 2-minute rule, it will start with maybe 2 months, then it'll go down to 2 weeks, a couple hours. But the more you flex this muscle, like any muscle, the quicker it will become, the sooner you'll rebound, the more you'll use the tools, and it will just become inherent in you. It will become second nature. Where you're at today and where you're coming from, that's all second nature. That's because that's what you've been practicing. You just have to shift to a different practice and a different mindset and a different thought pattern. And then that can be your new reality. It's amazing and beautiful. And I'll end today with time. We all have the same amount of time in a day. There is no such thing as time management. You do not manage time. I do not manage time. Time is ticking away. Like you took the time today to watch this video. You could have been doing many, many other things. Think about how you're spending your time, what you're watching, who you're talking with, what's in your environment, what you're deciding does belong and what doesn't. And when you say yes to something, what are you saying no to? Start managing your activities. And if you've set that C goal, which I really hope by now you have, start managing your activities from that place, from your goal already achieved. And look at what you're doing throughout the day. And I'm not saying you have to completely delete everything, but pick one thing, 10 minutes where you're studying yourself, or you're journaling, or you're working on something, or you're listening to a video, or listen to this workshop over and over and over again, because every time you will pick up something different because you will be different. Start managing your activities. Know how your mind works. Bob says, if you're going to be free, you got to be you. Like he says, if I'm going to be free, I got to be me. Not the me I think my partner thinks I should be, not the me I think my kids think I should be. If I'm going to be free, I've got to be me. If you're not doing something, or if you're waiting for that person to not be around anymore because you don't want to rock the boat, or, hurt their feelings, or, you're coming from a place of lack and you're holding yourself back and your expansion back in fear of what others will think, that's a losing strategy. So write the book, do the thing, start the business, and quit waiting. Set your C goal and start coming from your goal versus to your goal. And I promise you, beautiful things will start happening. Things will start falling into place. Because you're choosing fear or faith every day. So you might as well choose faith and go for it. So as far as we know, we only have one shot at this life. So make it count, make your time count every day, and watch this video again, take notes, just decide what one thing you're going to do for the next 7 days, every day. What are you going to stop doing and what are you going to start doing? And you'll start seeing and feeling the shift right away. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week for week 8. Make it a good one.